think my camera's getting stuck. There we go. Hello, ladies. I think my camera had a really long time loading this live this evening. I'm so sorry if there's a drag on your backside, but I'm gonna give it a minute since we are dragging and just kind of let everybody hop on before I go into all the details this evening. Tonight I'm gonna be doing my sister's nails. She asked me to do them for her, so that's what we're gonna be doing here in just another few minutes. And I'm also pulling up the video on my side so we can see what's going on with your comments. Okay, ladies, we have more people on than I realized, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. Tonight you have Tiffany on live, and you have my sister Caitlin, who is going to be the hand model this evening. And I am gonna go into depth on a lot of just some basic prep work that needs to be done before you start your Peppi cure, especially if you're very new to using it. Along with a proper application as well. But I know everybody's super excited because it is $12.99 Tuesday or Tutorial Tuesday, whichever you want to call it. And tonight's color that is going to be on sale is Chin Up Princess. So it is already listed on the website. It's going to be on sale for $12.99, so it's $5 off. And it'll be discounted only while we are live. So tonight's color is going to be Chin Up Princess, and I'll even show you guys how my cute family decorates their swatch sticks on their lids. And yes, they have old jars, so don't mind them. We're not getting fancy tonight. Alright, ladies, so the color is going to be Chin Up Princess, and here is a close-up of that glitter. It is freaking gorgeous. It's so pretty. So we are using, our other color is Cotton Candy, which is not available for purchase at all, as it was a past mystery box color, but I couldn't tell her no on all the colors she asked for, so we finally agreed. Chin Up Princess is going to be the color for tonight's sale, and the other color is going to be Cotton Candy. So I am going to post a link real quick before we get started on the nails. 1 second as I type this. I am not a good talking typer. And I'm just posting the link right now. I'm going to go ahead and pin it in case anybody has any questions. So the color tonight is Chin Up Princess. And yeah, Stephanie, Tutorial Tuesday is going to be like $12.99 Tuesday, whatever we want to call it, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So recap real quick. We are using Chin Up Princess, which is phenomenal. You got that holographic glitter going on in there, which is super, super pretty. And then we have Cotton Candy, which everybody does not have, as it was a mystery box color, so it is not available for purchase, but it is absolutely stunning. And if you have it, this is an idea on how you can use the two together. And we're gonna start with some prep work. We ran out of time before the live, so we are gonna do a little bit of prep. Her nails are overall in pretty good shape. As you can see here, we've been maintaining them for the last 4 or 5 weeks, just getting them to grow out, keeping Peppi on, and the whole 9. But what I want to show you guys is how I prep the nails and what areas are super, super important. So I am going to do this on one nail for you to see so you can understand. So I'm going to take a permanent marker and I'm going to highlight the areas that are actually super important that you need to prep. So one is all the way up here by the cuticle, where that invisible cuticle line is, all the way up here, and then also deep down into the sidewalls. So everywhere that is red, it's super important that you get all that overgrown cuticle off the nail, all the hangnails off, anything that is on the nail bed there, you want to get it off. You want to make sure your nails are super dry So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and walk into all of the prep, and you're going to see the outline of this kind of disappear, and that's how you know you've really prepped your nails pretty good. So what I like to do first is just take a little cottontail with some acetone on it and swipe it across all of the nail beds. I do this first because it's very drying to the nail bed, but it can kind of still leave it a little bit slick, and we don't want any slickness on the nail, as it will make your product not last. So I didn't want to go over the marker on that last nail because I'm actually going to do a little bit extra prep on there, just so you guys can see what is truly important when you're prepping your nails for a Peppi-cure. So real quick, it is $12.99 Tuesday, Tutorial Tuesday, and the color Chin Up Princess is on sale for $5 off. So instead of $17.99, it's going to be $12.99. All right. So not too often do I use a drill on the nail bed itself, because it truly is not the best thing for your nails. But I'm going to use it in this demonstration just so you can kind of see why this area is very important to prep. And just because if you do have that overgrown cuticle on the nail, it really is the easiest way to kind of get it off nice and quick. So I am going to start with the pointer finger. I'm going to start working on that since we're going to do a little bit extra compared to the other finger. So hold your hand up just a little bit, like right there. So if you are going to use a drill, do not overdo it. Use a softer drill bit so it's not going to over thin your nails. The more you buff them, they are going to thin out. It just is what's going to happen. But you just want to kind of go in here, and you can see like it's already coming. Like the red marker is already coming off her nail. Now I know that I'm actually going into the detail, and I'm getting into all the nooks and crannies of the nail and thoroughly prepping it the way it needs to be done. And again, don't do too much, like quick, easy strokes, because you don't want to thin the nail bed out. Up here by the cuticle is most important. This is where most of the lifting occurs, is right up here. And all of that has to do with the overgrown cuticle on the nail bed, or just over applying the product on the cuticle itself, which will cause a natural lift during growth. So what we want to do is avoid that completely. But you can see it's all coming off. So now we're going to go over here. I'm going to start working on this side and kind of meet right up in the middle. So I don't want to overdo it on her nails because they are pretty much already prepped. But as you can see, pretty much all of that red marker is gone, which means I've really gotten into the areas that are super important in terms of long-term wear. So now we're going to go ahead and just lightly buff all of the nails. I'm going to start with the pinky. And again, you want to turn your nails and get as close to the top as you can, because you need it to be nice and dry, and you don't want it to be slick. You want a little bit of roughness on it so it can kind of grab onto the product. It's almost like using a primer with makeup. You got to have like a little bit of texture there for it to hold on and just stick all day long. Or in this case, 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long you prefer.
Someone asked what nail drill that is.
This is a Bell nail drill, but if you look in the Facebook group, I've been uploading a lot of units, and there's a unit in there that has the recommended nail drill that we use. There's a link directly to it. Alright, so now you can see like side by side, see how dull the middle finger is compared to the pointer finger? Like we're now getting the nails in the condition that we need them to be for Peppi gel to be worn for a long time. And voila, it's all gone. So I hope the red marker outline was a good visual tutorial for all the babes to see on where important nail prep is. So now we're going to go ahead and dust off what we just lightly buffed. And again, ladies, don't over buff your nail bed. Don't over drill your nail bed. It's bad for it. You only want to do just enough to get the product to adhere and stay on for as long as your heart desires. So now we're going to go ahead and take the Cuticle Pusher. We offer this one on our website, and we're just going to go ahead and push back all of the cuticles. Most of the time I generally do it first, so if there is any growth, I can kind of get that off with the drill right here. But because we've been maintaining her nails so nicely over the last month or so, it was okay to go a little bit out of order today. So now we're just pushing them all back. All right. Did I buff your thumb? I think I did, but just in case. It seemed a little shiny to me. All right. So I'm actually really glad I used the pointer finger because you can see there is a little bit of overgrown cuticle up here since I pushed it back. I'm just going to go ahead and take the drill and just kind of give it a quick once over just to make sure it's all gone. And nothing too crazy, ladies. Again, you don't want to hurt the health of your nails, so you have to be very gentle and very careful.
Are you gonna do the other fingers?
What?
With the drill?
No, I didn't do it on your other hand. Where were you? Were you sitting here with me? She's been on her phone the whole time, you guys, not paying attention to anything. All right, I am going to go ahead and shape your nails, though, which was the next step.
Okay.
She's over here trying to tell me how to do her nails. All right, ladies. So we have slowly been working on getting her nail length nice and long. They were pretty short when we first started out a little while back. You should show them a picture of like where you started and how far we've come. So we're slowly working our way into a coffin shape. So let me see. So this is how short they were, and this is how long they're getting. And this is a 4-week turnaround. Like 4 weeks, they've grown that much, so they're doing pretty good. So if you do start off with really short nails, don't worry about it because as you can see, they will start to grow. Could you just help me make sure I'm staying in the camera, please? So just slowly work into the coffin. And the key is just taking your time. Yes, of course, it's easier to do it on somebody else, but we also show you so many lives where we do it all right on our own hands ourselves. And you just go slow. Like, don't overdo your movements when you're doing your shapes. Just do it really slow and take your time. That way you don't like over file in any one direction. The key with the whole system in general is just taking your time. Take a moment for yourself. Little self-love, self-care. Don't rush. Good lighting. Hi, Melissa. Thank you. Mariella, prepping takes time. It's okay. I would be lying if I said I never rush through mine. There's times where I'm like, I'm not going to wear it for 3 or 4 weeks. I don't care. And then there's times where I know that I am, so I do take my time. So it's totally up to you. Like, if you're only going to wear the product for a week, then you can get away with doing less. But if your goal is to wear it for 2, 3, or sometimes girls even wear it for 4 weeks, like, then you're going to want to build the foundation up. All right. So we're just taking our time, working our way through. So now we're gonna go ahead into the dipping process itself. Tonight we are working with Chin Up Princess, which is on sale. It's $5 off, so the sale price is $12.99. And we're gonna be working with cotton candy, and then at the very end we're gonna seal everything with clear. So I am gonna start with my number 1 ready, and I'm gonna apply very thin coats onto the nail. And just a quick tip, ladies, make sure you use the inside wiper of the bottle. Let me show you a close-up. When you're pulling your brush out, you never want to get liquid up here or on this side because it will seal your bottle shut. So just a little side note for you to remember as you're doing your nails. So I'm going to go ahead and do thin layers of number 1, which is our ready. This is what's going to get the powder on your nails. We're not going to go all the way up to the cuticle because I am doing a total of 4 dips tonight. I don't want it to look thick in the end. I want it to look nice and natural and smooth. Or thin, I mean, sorry. I use clear as my final coat for almost all of my Peppi cures, but most especially for using like chunky, heavy glitters because it really encapsulates them and it helps them to go on like a lot thinner and smoother and just look really pretty. Clear is definitely a staple color that I highly recommend keeping in your collection. So we are going to do a little ombre action here after we do our 3 main dips, which is a little bit hard to see on the other hand because we didn't quite finish it yet, but I will show you here in a second what we're aiming for. So again, I'm just doing, am I in the frame? Thin clear coat, or thin layers of number 1, sorry, jumping ahead. Make sure I'm covering the whole nail. I'm going down into the side grooves of the nail without going onto the skin itself. And if I do go on the skin, just give it a quick little wipe right here so the product itself isn't sticking in the end. Sarah, if you have a question about shipping, please contact orders, peppigel@gmail.com, and shipping will get back to you. And if you have anything for customer service, that would go to peppigel@gmail.com. You're welcome, Sarah. So again, ladies that are watching, I'm just doing thin layers of the number 1 ready. How helpful was the nail, the marker on the prep demonstration? Was that helpful for you guys to see? I see questions all the time in the group. So I'm like, how can I do this? What is a good way to like visually show you guys like how to do it? Margaret, no tips tonight. These are my sister's natural nails. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're just using any makeup brush here, but Peppi actually sells a duster brush on the website. But we're just wiping off all the excess powder off the nails. I always do the solid colors first, and then I do the glitters if I'm working with one brush. And then I take this brush and I just kind of do this on the side with the paper towel to get that glitter out so it doesn't transfer on the next round when we wipe it off again. So it's very important to always wipe the excess powder off the nails because you don't want that to transfer on your liquid brush over here. Otherwise it would make application very hard.
I'm gonna go out of frame.
Oh.
Keep pulling my hand.
Sorry. This table is so wide, it's like far. So we are working on round 2. As you can see, we're moving pretty quick even though we're going slow and taking our time. And now I'm going to go ahead, this time I'm going to go all the way up to the cuticle, not getting on it, but stopping a hairline before it. So that's very key, is to never go on your cuticle, but to always stop a hairline before it. Stopping a hairline before is one way to prevent any lifting. If you get product on your skin or on your cuticle, there's going to be a natural lift as the nail is growing out. So just keep that in mind. It's a hairline before the cuticle and not on it. Oh my gosh, Chin Up Princess is so pretty. It doesn't get enough recognition. So pretty. And don't forget, ladies, the Chin Up Princess is on sale for $12.99 tonight. So that is a $5 savings, which is amazing. So again, we're going all the way up to the cuticle this time, but stopping a hairline before it.
Everyone keeps asking what blue you're wearing.
I am wearing, what blue did I put on? Oh, Ballistic Blue from August's Mystery Box. And then this accent finger is Dancing Queen, which is so pretty. Here we go. Is Dancing Queen. It's just one layer of clear, one dip of Dancing Queen, and one dip of clear. This is considered a thicker glitter, so I never do more than one dips of those types of glitters. They're just not really made for multiple layers of dipping. They're just made really for 1, 2 max. All right, so we're going in on the middle finger now with the second layer. How do I get close enough without touching the cuticle? I always, if you notice, I always start my brush like here, and I start spreading like the liquid out. I'm looking at the camera and not her finger. I start spreading the liquid around on the nail before I really get up there. And then I just kind of fan the brush out and slide it and then kind of pull it down. And sometimes I do have to kind of like go around the cuticle like this, depending on the nails that I'm working with. If they're too wide or too small for the brush, because the brush isn't like the same size to everybody's like half moon up here, I'm gonna call it. So I just start the liquid here, paint it down so it's not too thick, and then fan the brush out and just gently slide it up and then pull it down. That's really, like, doing it on yourself, I found, is the best and most effective way to get that perfect cuticle line shape that you're going for. So again, I'm just starting about midway down the nail and just spreading all the liquid out first. And I do very, very thin amount of liquid, so sometimes I do have to bring my brush back into the bottle and kind of get it going, because the powder on the nail is going to really absorb that. And if you do get it on your cuticle by any chance, you can just take like a toothpick or one of those orange cuticle sticks after you dip and just quickly run it around the edge there, and it'll help even out that line. So we didn't wipe the powder off the thumb because we had just painted it on, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and we're going to go ahead and get into our second dip over here. So don't forget, Chin Up Princess is on sale while we are live. Once we go off live, it's no longer on sale. So the thumbs are a little bit wider. I'll kind of cheat and just go across like this. I don't think they would teach you that in nail school, but I do it because I can really ensure I get a nice, good, even line up there. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important to you or your customer.
My name is Caitlin, and I'm younger.
Yeah, she's younger. I am much older than all of my siblings.
And yes,
Don't
we
say
are
yes.
besties.
We are. All right. So again, just wiping the excess powder off the nails. And now we're going to go in for our third and final dip of color. And then we're going to seal all the nails in with clear. Chantel, we just, honestly, like, we have just random ideas of our own. We also have, like, naming contests that we've done in the past where we've actually asked you guys to help us name colors. So it really just depends. We get inspiration from everywhere. We're always open for
Chase
more.
is watching.
Chase.
How many siblings? There are 4 of us.
Yes. 3 girls and 1 boy. Alright, so I am working on the Chin Up Princess, which is on sale, ladies. I'll keep reminding, just in case anybody new is popping on, it's on sale for $12.99. So it's a $5 savings.
Vicky asked, how is Fuji doing?
Oh, Vicky, he's doing better, thank you. He goes for a checkup this week. So Fuji is one of my little Pomeranian boys, and he was so sick last week. We were super nervous. We didn't think he was going to make it, but he is pretty much back to normal now, and he's doing amazing, so we're all very, very happy. Alright, so again, I'm going all the way up, stopping a hairline before the cuticle. I cannot stress that to you all enough. Super, super important. Oops, you didn't tell me I was out of frame.
No, I wasn't looking.
You're a bad hand model tonight.
I'm reading the comments.
I'm just kidding.
Someone said, will you release comment?
I can't answer that. But no, we didn't have actually intentions to release any of those colors from the 12 days.
Is Snow Glow being restocked?
We have a huge restock coming here. I would say we'll be ready and finished with production in about another week or so. Y'all kept us busy through the holidays. So busy. Alright, so we're on our third and final layer on the thumb, which is our last finger. And then I'm going to show you a quick little ombre, and I'm going to seal in all the nails with clear, which if you are new to Peppi, you don't need clear, but I do highly recommend it, especially if you're a glitter person, just because it just makes working with the glitters much easier, and your end result is going to be a lot nicer than if you were to use the glitter on its own.
Will there be new colors coming soon?
Of course. Alright, and that was our final dip of color. Leah, yeah, so it's very important when you're dipping your nails, you're going, it's so hard to see on camera, but you go at an angle and you're going in like this and you're coming out like that. If you're going in flat, like you run risk of like smushing the liquid and powder off your nail. However, we do recommend that when you are working with a chunky glitter because you're able to lay it down flat that way versus dipping the other way. But that is truly the only time that we do recommend it. So now I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder on all the nails, doing the glitter last, of course. And now I'm going to show you just a quick little ombre. It's going to be probably a little bit hard to see because the colors are so light, but I am going to go ahead and show you anyways, and hopefully you can see it. Alexa, do we have any pictures of Blushing Bride on a natural nail? Girl, there's so many of them in the Facebook group. If you just search Blushing Bride or any color for that matter, you will definitely see quite a few options. Oh, where'd my lid go? Here it is. All right, ladies, I am making a huge fat mess with this ombre. So what I am doing is putting the excess powder from the ombre into this lid, and don't gasp, but I'm gonna toss it because I don't want it to mix back in with the clear. So what I'm gonna do, it's just for a little bit of an accent, is I'm gonna go ahead and paint an entire layer of number 1 Ready onto this nail, and then I'm gonna have her turn her hand kind of sideways like this so we can get that vertical ombre going, and then I'm gonna seal it up with clear really fast with the remaining the remaining space left on the nail. Sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We do have brushes online. They are out of stock right now. They will be back in about a week or two, just like this, that really help with the perfect ombre. But I am not at the office this evening, if you haven't noticed, so I am working with all of my mom's accessories this evening. Thankfully, she has quite a few to choose from. So we're going to go ahead and work on this ombre now. Alright, so I'm just going to have her go sideways. And what this is doing is helping the glitter to fall into an ombre. So if you watch any of my ombre tutorials, this is how I tell anybody to do their ombre, is to always angle their finger, depending which way they're working the ombre. So always, whatever side you want the ombre to fall down into, have that side always facing down. So if you want the ombre to go from the tip and you want it to fall kind of like this way, then hold your finger up, or like French ombre or baby boomer nails, hold it down, and then you have your verticals to work with as well. So now we're going to go ahead and do the middle finger, but because I want it on this side this go around, I'm going to have her tilt this way after I paint the nail. And what this is doing, it's kind of creating like a fallout look from this accent nail into the other nails.
When will Onyx be back in stock?
We have a major restock as soon as we're done with our production here in a couple weeks. So I'm pretty sure that's on our list that we're working on. I just don't have my list in front of me right this second. But the whole team is all hands on right now, and we are doing everything we can to do it quick. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go like this. The fan's pushing it out on me. We want to do a little extra on that. And then we just want to encapsulate that in real quick. Yes, I'm a little bit extra wasteful with the powder. I know. Please don't judge me. I'm very messy. This is why I'm not allowed to go in the kitchen or anything, because I always make a mess. Alright, so I am going to take her excess, brush it off there. I'm just going to let it set for a minute while we actually finish the other nails with clear, because I do want them all the same. I also like the little extra added shine that clear gives as my final layer, and I like how it's going to protect Chin Up Princess so we can keep it in its truest glitter form as possible. Sometimes when you go to buff glitter, some of the pieces can turn a little bit silver, so that's why we like that barrier of protection to prevent that from happening. And we're just gonna go ahead and dip it right in, and we're gonna do the pointer and the thumb as well. Make sure I'm in the camera.
Will you ever make like matte colors, even though that's like a top coat?
Yeah, so you can use any top coat, honestly, for a matte color, or you can apply your number 3 and just get a really like smooth type buffer and just buff the shine off so it doesn't leave like any like scratch marks like a regular buffer would, and you can get your matte look that way. So really it's not in the color that you're dipping in, it's in how you choose to finish it when you're applying your Peppi cure. So there's so many options. Alright, so and again I like the clear because I like the extra shine, the extra strength, and yeah, those 2 reasons. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder. Again, kind of using this tray or the lid that I keep pushing around everywhere. And then we're going to go ahead and just get the excess off on the fingers as well. So let me move some of this out of the way. So once we are done with all of our layers of dip, which yes, seems like a lot, but it's really not when you're doing this on your own time and a lot faster, we are going to use our number 2, which is our set. So when you are learning how to use Peppi gel, it's very important you realize that this bottle is the curing agent of the entire dip powder system. So anything that you do from this point forward with your number 2 is super important so you don't contaminate any of your product. So right now, after our final dips, we're gonna go ahead and just come in, set the nails. So back when we were prepping the nails, just remember the red marker I had with the lines going down the sidewall, up the cuticle, and down the other sidewall. It's super important you get this number 2 in those same areas, as well as the tip and obviously the body of the nail in the middle there. But it's very important because if you miss in the sidewall or up here at the cuticle area, you're gonna have a chance of lifting. So it's very important you don't cheat yourself on the first round here of your number 2 application. Alright, so here now we have to wait 2 minutes because again, this is your curing agent. So it's got to work its little magic going on here. It's going to harden the nails and solidify them, make them hard, and attach them to the nail so they stay on for your long wear of 2 to 3 weeks. So let's show you guys a close-up because we are on a 2-minute waiting period. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can kind of see that ombre going on right there. And it's super cute. And don't forget, ladies, if you have just popped on, Chin Up Princess is on sale for $12.99, so that's $5 off. Joni, I did put clear just on like the remaining like negative space that I did in ombre on those fingers. But I didn't do it on the whole thing, but there is enough there to serve its purpose for what I want. But if you are doing the method that I'm doing, just be careful not to over buff the glitter here so you don't take it all away since there's only one, thin layer of it. So we got about another minute to wait. Mariella, yes, number 2 can touch your skin, but just remember, like, if you got product on your skin, it's going to harden that product on your skin. So it's important to clean that off before you put number 2 on. But you can be a little bit reckless with the number 2 only while you're applying it on that first round. It's very important that you're not on the following steps that are coming after this. Debbie, we're using a bell drill. You can order it on Amazon, but if you go into the Facebook group, there is a direct link to the one that we always recommend. Katrina, we used cotton candy and Chin Up Princess, and we're about to go in and go ahead and get our buffing on right now. We're going to get our buffing on. So when you get your starter kit, you don't need to use a drill. But when you are doing somebody else's nails and even over time, it is a little bit easier. And at this point, you're not touching your natural nails, you're only touching the product, so it is okay. But you do have to be careful with it. So I do like to use this metal bit right here. It's not going to hurt your skin when it's going on, and it's not going to hurt the person that you're doing their nails to if you are doing somebody else's nails. A low speed is all you need. The drill that I'm using this evening isn't the same one that I generally use back at the office at home. So it goes a little bit faster than I prefer. But a slow speed is all you need. You truly do not need to go fast. And you just want to take your time. And again, when I meant it, it doesn't hurt your skin, which is why I prefer these metal bits here. I would never recommend like those sandpaper red ones because those will hurt you.
The ceramic ones hurt too.
Yeah. And you'll see here in a minute, I am still going to use a buffer because I love the finish of that much more than I do a drill. And her nails were dipped nice and thin and even, so the buffing or the drilling is going to be super minimal as well. Yeah.
How do you know when you have buffed enough?
For me, it's when my lines are clean at the cuticle and when the nail feels as thin or smooth as I prefer personally. So that is a personal choice of how much or little you want to do. But if you do tend to get a bump while you're dipping, first, that is caused by too much number one being applied. But you can spend time buffing it out here to make it nice and smooth. And once it's smooth, then you're good to go. Mm-hmm. So again, just a personal choice on how much or little you want to do. We should have done Disney nails. Going to Disney this weekend. We're going to Disney this weekend for our other sister's 21st birthday.
Good idea to come up with that now.
Well, I always come up with some ideas too late in the game. Alright, ladies, so I'm just taking my time, just going over a nice little smooth over. We don't need anything too crazy. I do like to angle and just go around the cuticle so it's the level of smooth that I prefer.
Yes, we're going to Disney World on Sunday.
Yep. I will be there.
Chase said do the other hand Disney.
It's already done. Well, mostly done. We didn't finish it yet.
You won't find cotton candy on the website because it was a mystery box color.
You guys can yell at Caitlin. She picked it.
You were saying no to every color I picked.
I had to. Alright, and ladies, you can see I'm not spending too much time on the drill because, again, we've pretty much got ourselves a really smooth, perfect little dip. I know. I got 2 fingers over there to do. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do some buffing on the nail. I really love using like a worn out buffer because it does just enough and it gives it a really final smooth finish. So really you can use these down until you start seeing the purple through them. Like, don't throw them out and waste them because they're also really good nail prep buffers when they get this low. They're gentler on your actual nail bed. But always hold the purple side here of the buffer to the cuticle so you're not hurting yourself or whoever's nails you might be doing.
The sale tonight is Chin Up Princess for $12.99.
Yep, $5 off, ladies. But as you can see, like if I hold, can you bend that at all? Or is that a weird angle? Here, I'll do it on another one. I'll do it on these two.
I don't know, you were trying to get me.
I wanted to show the difference between the drill and the buffer. And ladies, my sister's in school for cosmetology right now.
Yes, I am. I love it.
Alright, so real quick, I just want to show you like side by side. It might be hard to see on camera, but you can see after the buffer, this one has just such a much nicer, like smoother finish than what the drill leaves. So I always use a buffer no matter what. It's just truly a personal preference. You don't have to. You can use one or the other, or you can use both like me. I feel like you're holding my hand really tight.
I'm not holding your hand at all.
You just like gripped my hand.
I was just setting my fingers down. I'm tired.
Why is she gripping my hand? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, the sale is only during the live.
Yep. As soon as live is over, the sale is coming down. Alright, so after I smooth out the nails to my liking, I then go ahead and just touch the shape up. Now, if you guys remember, we did go over the shape before the live, but once you apply the powder to your nails, especially glitters, it could kind of hang over the edge a little bit and change the shape up. So I like to take the file and just kind of smooth it back over and just make sure everything is clean and pretty and ready to go before we seal the shine coat on. Lift your, there you go.
The one that is on sale is the sparkly color Chin Up Princess.
It's this one. Chin Up Princess is the one on sale for $12.99 tonight. And it's very pretty. You can use it almost like cottontail over a solid color, or you can use it by itself like we did here, or an ombre or whatever. Like, there's so many ways you can use Chin Up Princess. It's so pretty. So we've been slowly working on my sister's nails, as I told you guys in the beginning of the video. So we're almost getting to the length where we can finally start working on the coffin shape, but we're not quite there yet. So right now we're just kind of doing a little bit of cleanup, but moving in that direction, and hopefully in the next 1 or 2 manicures we will be doing the official coffin shape here. She has the length on most of the fingers to do it, but because they were growing out from so short, like they didn't grow out like all the same, so we have to kind of be patient with it. So if you're experiencing this yourself with short nails, just be patient. Like, just work on your shape a little bit at a time. Practice it. Don't be hard on yourself because you'll get there. It takes time for your nails to grow.
My thumbs also grow very slow.
Yeah, your thumbs are slower.
Someone asked for a video tutorial on how to change the shape.
That's going to be a tough one, ladies, because I'll be honest with you, I am not going to be changing my shape. I did that once, and it's just not gonna happen for me. But maybe we can get like some nail tips and kind of cut them and play with them and maybe do a live like that. So I really do love that suggestion because we have not done anything really like that. So I'll definitely look into finding a stand that will hold the nail tips and we can show you how to do that.
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Aunt Wendy.
If you're still in town and my nails are long enough, you can do the coffin on live.
Yeah, we will definitely do that. Some of your nails are already going there.
Well, I like them kind of really long.
Yeah, you like them long. But we're getting there. Yeah, we'll definitely have to show that. Just not on my actual nails. I am the most OCD picky person. If you haven't been following Peppi for a while, you will soon find that out. And this girl sitting in front of me is probably a little bit worse than I am in her OCD pickiness. Turn a little more. There you go. Sorry.
Yes, Aunt Wendy, she's doing my nails.
Yep.
She spelled my name wrong.
Ooh. Alright.
Someone said you guys should make an app.
We actually had a Peppi Babe make us an app, and it's in the group, and it's super cute and super helpful, so you should go check that out for sure. Alright, so after I file and buff the nails, I do take the duster brush and just give it one more once over here. And now we're going to go ahead and use our number 2 set one more time. So when you use set this time, it's super, super important that you follow everything I'm going to do afterwards. If you change even the slightest thing that I'm about to show you, you will run risk of contaminating your shine, which is the next bottle you're going to use after this. So just please save yourself a lot of trouble and trust me and just follow our lead and, you know, save the video and keep following it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your number 2 set and you're going to go ahead and apply it on all the nails. Again, you want to make sure you get in the sidewall and on the cuticle. But what's super important is that you just do enough to cover the nail but not over drench it. If you're going to apply your number 2 heavy, the next steps that you're about to do aren't going to work for you. So enough to lightly kiss the nails and then doing the tip right here. At this point, after we apply, we're going to wait exactly 2 minutes. That's not a minimum time to wait. It's not a maximum time to wait. It's exactly 2 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and apply our number 3 shine. So Caitlin will time that for me somehow. Or here, I can watch the clock. So we're going to wait 2 minutes. And what is happening is, again, this is your curing agent of the whole dip powder Peppi gel system. So you need that 2 minutes for it to absorb into your nails that we've already applied, or the product that we've already applied onto your nails. Super important. If you try to step into the next step too early, you can contaminate your brush. If you do it too long, then you're not going to get the shine that you're going for because it's past its like working time frame. So very important. So now we're going to go ahead and wait. We got about another minute. As we're waiting, I'm going to take a plain paper towel and just wipe all that residue off of the nails. I am doing this because I don't want that residue to transfer on to my bottle brush and back into my bottle, because again, it will contaminate and ruin your liquid. So super, super important. Actually, this one was low. So we got another minute to wait. I am going to leave the paper towel in the frame because the next step is also very important. And I want you to be able to see what I'm about to do. So again, if you're struggling with your number 3 top coat, like I highly recommend you follow the pace of this video and everything that I'm telling you to do, and you will get your max shine that you're going for. Debbie, we did. We already filed, and we've been past that, but you have to do number 2 afterwards. So we got about another 30 seconds or so. Chantel, I already wiped the nails off. I usually wipe them at about the 1 minute mark, but you can do it at the 2 minute mark if you prefer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the number 3. It's also very important that you don't get the liquid on the rim or on the neck of the bottle, because it has properties of an adhesive, so it will glue your bottle shut. So use that inside wiper in the bottle to pull that excess liquid off your brush. Do not ever, 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 ever wipe it on the rim. And yes, I'm using an old bottle because my mom's new bottles are empty. So you're gonna do 2 to 3 quick strokes, and you're gonna wipe your brush on the paper towel. You're gonna wipe your brush on a paper towel on a different spot, or in a different spot each time. If you wipe the brush in the same spot each time, you're just piling on the number 2 residue right there, and it's gonna carry back to your bottle, and what's it gonna do? It's gonna cure it, make it goopy. You don't want that to happen. You don't wanna overlap your strokes for number 3, because again, you're just gonna carry the number 2 back and forth, wipe, and then you're not gonna get that high shine that you're going for. So the first layer, it's just 2 to 3 quick strokes. And then wipe. On the second layer, you can be a little more precise, overlap, and seal your free edge up here. You want to really cap your free edge, because that's another place where the product tends to separate from the nail. So very important. So again, if you are struggling with your number 3, your shine, watch this video a whole bunch of times and follow the same pace that I'm going. If you go too slow on the first layer of your number 3 and you're giving yourself too much nail to brush contact, that number 2 is going to absorb back into your brush, and then it's going to turn hard in the middle of your application. So 2 to 3 quick strokes is very important, because you don't want that to happen, and wiping on a paper towel in a different spot is very important because you don't want that to happen. After I do my number 3, just out of precaution, I like to take my brush and dip it in the bottle and just wipe it back and forth, just to avoid any possible leftover residue from, transferring back in. So I know all of that can be very confusing, because it was definitely a mouthful for me to say, but following all those steps is truly super important in not contaminating your liquid. It's very important in getting the high gloss shine that you're looking for. So after we've applied our number 3, in about 3 to 4 minutes, it'll be completely dry. Jennifer says, is it okay if your first quick strokes touch, or should there be a gap between the strokes of number 3? So they can touch each other, but you don't want them to overlap. So let me just show you like an example real quick. So up close, you want to kind of do one stroke here and then another stroke on this side. You don't want to go like this, like you're painting like regular polish. You don't want to do that, because it's just smudging the number 2 all over the place, and it's not going to dry shiny. So you want to do 1, 2, 3, or if your nails are small, 1, 2. And then on the second layer of number 3, you can kind of be more precise with it. And you want to make sure here you cap your free edge. So you can paint and kind of pull the brush down over the free edge, or you can paint and just kind of tap it right there. So we got about another 2 minutes just to be on the safe side, but let's show everybody a close-up of how cute these nails are. Super cute. Brittany, if your brush gets hard, we highly recommend that you pull the brush from the bottle cap and toss it versus leaving it in your bottle. You can leave it in your bottle, but eventually that is going to ruin it and it's going to turn it goopy and yucky. We recommend that you just pull it out and toss it, and then we sell replacement brushes on the website for about $4. I always recommend having a couple handy because you never know when a mistake might happen or somebody borrows your product and they might make a mistake and whatever. But yeah, you just want to be careful because you don't want to ruin your whole bottle. It's cheaper to have a replacement brush than to ruin and replace the whole bottle. So don't forget, Chin Up Princess is on sale for $12.99. I am going to turn it off here in about 5 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes. But again, let's just show everybody a nice little close-up. Let's go over here. Kind of turn your hands so they're like glitter like shows. But watch where you're going. Can you see it?
No.
There you go. The ombre is super subtle. It's really cute. It's pretty.
Yeah.
You like it after all?
Yeah, I do.
She's like, I don't like ombre that way. And I'm like, I'm just going to do what I want today.
It took us like 20 minutes to figure out what we were going to do.
And here's a close-up of mine while we wait. Mine are a week old, so you can see my grow out is starting to come through. And it's Ballistic Blue and Dancing Queen in clear. All right, ladies, we are done for this evening. We're super thankful that you came. Let me see if I can't do that. Oh, here, right there. Don't move. Now turn it. We're so super thankful that you guys joined us on live this evening. I hope this live was just full of a ton of information for you because honestly, that was what my focus was this evening, was to really just provide you with as much info as possible because we really want you to love Peppi Gel and we really want you to get the max out of your kits. So thank you, everybody. We will see you around. Maggie will be on live next week, I believe. And then I'll see you soon after. Good night.
Bye.